Your top risk for 2018 is China loves a vacuum,
Right.
like outer space, not the appliance.
Right.
And what you mean by that is, as Trump sort of accelerates a G0 world and a leadership vacuum, right? China is more and more willing to step into the void.
Right.
And I think the Xi Jinping's speech at the 19th Party Congress, which was high-profile speech, is evidence of a change of mindset, at least, right? What do you think China wants to do with this new ambition for a global role?
Clearly, the most important thing is he wants to create standards, align countries more with Chinese standards that gives them influence, that allows them to promote their commercial interests more effectively. The Chinese government has talked about the fact that there are 3 different types of corporations. You have corporations that create products, they're the lowest level. You have corporations that create brands, they're the medium level. And the corporations that create standards are the highest level. That's clearly true of governance as well.
Right.
You know, China's getting bigger and their leaders getting stronger, but they still would have waited to have the public willingness to accept leadership and responsibility if it wasn't for Trump. And they understand that even though in 5 or 10 years they'll be stronger, there's never going to be a global opportunity for having a much bigger footprint without pushback as there is right now with America First.
Right, right.
Because this is the time when other countries, even major American allies, are looking at the U.S. saying, whoa, maybe we need to look at Beijing more. Whoa, we can't count on these guys. This is really dangerous. And that clearly plays out when Trump says no to the TPP and Trump pulls out of Paris and Trump does what he does in all of these other areas. The Chinese get to be the responsible, pro-status quo-ish power as long as you do what Beijing wants. And doing what Beijing wants is very different than historically doing what the United States wants, particularly on the economic side. And I think that that is the biggest game changer. In my life, there have been 2 speeches that are game changers geopolitically. One was when Gorbachev declared the end of the Soviet Union in 1991. The second was Xi Jinping's 19th Party plenary speech. And what I think is so interesting about that latter is that it was not recognized as such here in the United States. It was everywhere else, but not in the United States. The Americans are still like, la, 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 we're still in charge. And the problem is Trump. We think in America, we think the problem's Trump. Get rid of Trump, our leadership's coming back. No, Pax Americana is over. It's not coming back. I'm not saying that China's going to be the global leader. I don't necessarily believe that. I certainly hope that's not the case. But we will not return to American indispensability and exceptionalism. That's not going to happen. And that's clear after 1 year of Trump. Never mind 4 or 8, right? So this is a pretty dramatic sea change in the way we think about the world. I think that in 10 and 20 years, let's assume that we're still doing this in another 10 years' time, we will look back on that speech as the tipping point, as pivotal towards the emergence of a different post-American world order. I think so.